With China's recent ban on foreign teachers, the online ESL teaching industry has been thrown into chaos. Big ESL teaching companies like VIP Kid, Magic Ears, GoGo Kid, Wales English, and more are facing an uncertain future due to China's crackdown on the ESL teaching industry. So in this video, I'll show you how you can teach online with non-Chinese companies while at home or from abroad. If you'd like to learn about non-Chinese teaching companies, online teaching marketplaces, and freelancing options, then just keep watching. I'm Jamie from ESL Teacher 365. I'm a certified teacher and coach. I've been teaching abroad and online for over 10 years, and if you need any help getting your teaching journey started, then you can fill out my survey, which is linked down below. Teach online with non-Chinese companies. Whether you want to teach English online from the comfort of your home or while traveling, here are 6 non-Chinese ESL companies that you can consider. Number 1 is Cambly Kids. Ever since China's crackdown on foreign teachers, there has been a lot of buzz surrounding Cambly Kids. This US-based ESL platform has students between 4 and 15 located around the world. This means you can teach at any time of the day or night. You must be a native English speaker, but no experience, teaching certification, or degree is required. There are no minimum hours, which makes this a great job for teachers who are traveling, and classes are one-on-one. Pay is $12 an hour. You'll need a high-speed internet connection, webcam, headset with a microphone, and good lighting, even for the application. You can check out my blog post linked down below for some online teaching equipment at all different price points that I recommend. Number 2 is Open English. If you're teaching from North America and you didn't like those early mornings or late nights teaching for Chinese companies, then Open English might be a good option for you. Open English targets students in Latin America. There is a version for teaching adults, as well as Open English Junior for kids between 8 and 14. You're allowed to work while traveling, but you must be from North America. A degree, TEFL, experience, and knowledge of Spanish or Portuguese are preferred, but not required. Lessons are prepared for you, and classes can take place 24 hours a day, although peak times are in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. Unlike Cambly Kids, there is a minimum of 10 hours per week. Pay is between $10 and $15 an hour, with teachers earning more during the nights and weekends. The tech requirements are a high-speed internet connection, microphone, and webcam. Number 3, Engoo. Another way to teach online for a non-Chinese ESL company is working for Engoo, which is based in Japan. There are no minimum hours and lessons are provided for you. Students come from different countries but are mainly from Asia. No degree is required, and non-native speakers who are proficient in English can apply. Pay is on the low end at $10 an hour for native speakers and even less for non-native speakers. Engoo is a good option for people who are new to teaching online, but I wouldn't recommend it for experienced teachers. You'll need a high-speed internet connection, headset with a microphone, webcam, and a computer or laptop. Number 4, Edukita. Edukita is an Indonesian online teaching company, and as you'll see, it's a little bit different and it's newer, but it's definitely growing. Edukita doesn't have any minimum hours. They hire native speakers with at least 3 years of experience. Classes are 1 hour, but you'll be teaching groups on average of 10 to 30 children or more. Classes are booked for you, and you'll slowly increase your bookings as you gain more confidence. Pay starts at $18 to $20 an hour, and lessons are provided. You'll be with the same group of kids for a month at a time, and a teaching assistant will help you control the class. There's no feedback to complete after class, which is an added bonus. Number 5, Fluentbe. This is an online teaching company that is located in Poland and caters towards European students in the Central European time zone. You have the option of teaching one-on-one or groups of up to 4 students with provided resources and lessons. You need at least 1 year of experience and a good internet connection to teach on Fluentbe. If you have any previous online teaching experience, that's a plus. Average pay is $10 per hour, but you can set your own rates. Number 6, Lingoda. Another European online teaching company, Lingoda, is based in Germany. This is a platform for teaching adults at any time with no minimum hours. Teaching materials are provided and you need at least a C2 level of English, a TEFL, and 2 years of experience to apply. You can also teach other languages besides English. You will teach one-on-one or small groups of up to 5 students. Technical requirements are similar to other companies and pay is between $8 and $13 an hour. Unfortunately, in general, these non-Chinese ESL companies don't pay very well. But you do have to consider that for most of them, you don't have to prepare the lessons. The lesson materials are prepared for you. So looking at this list, do you think that you will apply to any of these non-Chinese ESL companies? Which ones are you considering and why? Leave a comment down below. If you're worried about low pay rates, another option is to work as an independent contractor for an online teaching marketplace. This way you can set your own schedule with your own hours and your own pay. Let's take a look at some popular online teaching marketplaces for teaching kids as well as adults, and I'll share my experience working on some of these platforms. Online teaching marketplaces. Outschool is an online teaching marketplace for teaching kids between 3 and 18 years old. I've been teaching on this platform since January and I absolutely love it. I'm currently making around $80 an hour, so there is a lot of earning potential because you determine your class size and you charge per student instead of an hourly wage like a lot of the online teaching companies. Outschool isn't an online ESL platform. In fact, I teach beginner ballet lessons on Outschool. You can teach hobbies, you can teach first grade, you can teach reading, dance, music, whatever you would like. You don't need a degree, but you do need some experience or education or life experience related to the topic that you want to teach. Because it's not an online ESL platform, you don't have to be a native speaker, but there is a residency requirement. You must be a full-time resident in either the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, England, or Wales, and this is because of the background check. And if you want to travel and teach, you have to be there for at least 6 months out of every year. Again, this is a background check requirement. You do have to create your own lessons, so this is a great option for people with teaching experience who would like to work from home. The learners are mostly in the US, but they do have international learners as well, and you can teach pretty much 24 hours a day. If you want to teach on Outschool, but you don't want to prepare your own lessons, then I recommend looking into working for an organization on Outschool. Each organization is a little bit different, but usually you will receive an hourly wage instead of money per student, as if you were a regular teacher on Outschool. But usually the materials are provided for you. If you'd like to apply to teach on Outschool, I do mentor teachers through the application process at no extra cost to you. So you can send me an email at jamie@eslteacher365.com to get my guide with some tips and tricks for the Outschool application. Also, I've written 3 blog posts about teaching on Outschool, which I'll link down below as well. Kidpass is a similar online teaching marketplace for teachers, and they say that you can earn up to $60 an hour. You'll be teaching kids between the ages of 2 and 11, and both Outschool and Kidpass are American companies. If you're looking to teach adults on an online teaching marketplace, then there are 2 newer platforms that you can try. Your Teachable Moment and Learned.Live. Your Teachable Moment is an American online teaching marketplace where you can teach pretty much anything that you can think of. This one doesn't require a degree, and there's also not a residency requirement, so that's really nice if you want to teach on it while you are traveling. The classes are taught over Zoom, and I taught some Spanish courses for Your Teachable Moment while living in Australia. It is a bit of a newer platform, so you're going to have to do a lot of your own marketing while it starts to grow, and they did update their website recently, so it should be a lot smoother than when I taught on it. There were a few issues here and there, so hopefully as it grows, this is something that you can look into. The British version of this is Learned.Live, and it's a very similar premise. So for both of these, because they are newer, you do need to do a lot of your own marketing if you want to get students, but you are choosing your schedule and you're also choosing the price per student, which can make it quite lucrative. Another option to combat all of the policy changes in these online teaching companies and online marketplace platforms is to work as a freelance English teacher. I decided to work as a freelance teacher after I lost my in-person job abroad in Australia due to the pandemic, and I really did enjoy finding my own students and getting to teach them whatever I wanted. And of course, I got to set my own schedule and keep all of the pay. I didn't have to give a cut to any companies or online platforms. Here are some of my top tips for getting started with freelance online English teaching in 2021. Online freelance ESL teaching. Due to the new Chinese regulations on online tutoring, many teachers are beginning to consider freelance online teaching. While it can be challenging to get started, it is very rewarding and can be quite lucrative in the long run. Tip number 1, choose a niche. When you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. This is a quote from Meredith Hill that really resonates with online teaching. You need to choose a specific group of students to teach. Try to get as specific as possible. Are you going to teach pronunciation for Russian speakers? Are you going to target business English for call centers in Latin America? You really want to get as specific as possible because then your students can find you. To choose your niche, I recommend making a list of what you're qualified to teach, what you're passionate about teaching, and what you can imagine yourself teaching over and over and over again, and still loving every minute of it. Tip number 2, set up your LinkedIn and social media to reflect your niche. You want to go through your LinkedIn bio and all of your social media bios to make sure that it shows exactly who you teach and what you offer them. You want to post content that is only related to your niche. So you don't want to just have English tips in general. You want to have them very specific. So remember how we talked about choosing a niche? Say that you want to do Cambridge test prep for Spanish speakers. Then you might post content about, here are some grammar tips for Spanish speakers in terms of doing well on the CAE speaking part 1. This way, people who are looking for that information are going to find you. And if you keep using this specific content, they're going to start to see you as an expert in this field. You also want to make sure that you have very clear calls to action so your potential students know exactly how to contact you. Should they contact you by email, by direct message? You need to let them know or they're not going to contact you. Tip number 3, set up your website. Of course, there are teachers that teach without having a website, but I do encourage you to look into it because it makes it really easy for students to schedule and pay for lessons. If you're a teacher that used to work for a Chinese online ESL company, freelance teaching could be the next step for you. It's a great way to break that cycle of low pay, changing policies, and it allows you lots of flexibility and freedom to set your own pay rates and your own schedule. I highly recommend trying it out. If you're interested in becoming an online teacher but don't know where to start, I do offer one-on-one coaching for online teachers. I'll put some information in the description box down below. I hope this video gives you some options for teaching online with non-Chinese companies, online teaching marketplaces, and freelancing. For more teaching tips and tutorials, you can find me on Instagram at ESLTeacher365, and please give this video a like if you learned something new today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Happy teaching, and remember, the world is yours to teach and explore.